Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Friday night show, the Emily Pearls show, live from Memphis, Tennessee, where we talk about anything we want to talk about. All right, listen, we're gonna have a great show tonight. We got several topics that we're going to touch on. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm sharing the link to everywhere right now. Trying to make sure we are showing live on the screens on our Facebook channel. So let me refresh my browser here. Make sure that I'm live. Okay. All right. There we go. I see us showing up there. And well, I did. Now it's gone away. Okay. Where are you? Let's pin this. Okay. Oh, I can't pin it, huh? Okay. I have to mute it, of course. And I'll tell you the truth. Okay, every Friday night I have trouble with the muting, right? So, anywho, let's go ahead and get started. We're not gonna do. We can't do the show without. Hey, Sandra, I was just trying to get the shirt link shirt, but I'm getting ready to get started now. Gonna bring in the heartbeat of the South, y'all, and every beat of my heart. Let me scooch over here so y'all can see the river. My son, Tim Harrington. All right, let's get Tim a round of applause. Hey, Tim, how's it
Hey,
going?
hey, 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 how's everybody doing?
All right, we're in the house. Everybody doing pretty good. Sister
Good,
Sandra's
good,
here. She's doing good. And so,
good.
hey, let's go ahead and get the show started. Okay, so what you been up to, Tim?
Not a whole lot of anything. Definitely enjoying this fall weather.
It's not really fall yet, is it?
Yeah, it
Hey,
is.
Mary, our Michigan lady is in the house. What's going on, Mary?
Yeah,
It's so good to hear from you and see you. How y'all been doing up there? I pray y'all been doing okay. Y'all got any cool weather up there yet, or is it still hot? All right, Ben. Well, okay, so I did share the show properly right now. We got about 152 people that have come in. And so thank y'all for coming in. I'm going to put it in the give y'all recognition for watching the show. I'm putting it in and it's gonna pop up. I'll show it on the screen in just a minute. All right, we got the 901 show in the house. Hi, hi, hi. Emily Pearl's show is live. We've been live for 3 minutes and 25 seconds with 152 views. Thank you guys so much. Let's get you all around of applause. Okay? All right, then. So listen, what I've heard, I'm going to start off with science. What has science been doing? Well, science has come up, everything is robotic, everything is AI, right? So the latest thing they've come up with is going to be taking place next year at the baseball season. Guess what they're having? They're going to have robot umpires to call the strikes, the outs, and all of that. Wow. What do you think about that, Tim?
that's not good. Yeah, yeah, it's not good because
You don't think they'll be more accurate than the umpires?
scientifically, yes. But what it does is takes out the element of the game. And one of the elements of the game is that the fans have where they can go. They usually cheer for or against the ref making a call. I mean,
Ah,
so now it won't be the same as you going with or against a robot. It just, you know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah. I see. I understand. So, um, but they would be more accurate. And the other downside of it is it's going to put people out of a job.
Yeah, because here's the thing about it: the umpire is the one who ejects people out of the game.
Mm,
Right. So uh, that's a big human element, a big chunk to take away because the umpire does so many things. It's normally once the umpire would make a ruling and the other team coach didn't agree with that ruling, he would come out on the field and argue with the umpire. Right.
Yeah.
So either the umpire would let him stay in the game or they would
Mm,
eject the coach.
mm.
So yeah, that's taking a big chunk. I think it should have started a little smaller and kind of baby stepped it. Yeah,
So I'm sure the leagues will have some input about
definitely.
whether this takes place or not. But
I'm
they
sure
are
they will.
planning they are planning to use robot umpires
Yeah.
coming to baseball in 2026, they said.
Oh my.
I heard that on the scientific news this morning. And I was like, oh, I got to write that down. We got to talk
Yeah.
about that one.
Yeah.
So, hey, Mary, the weather's cool. Y'all are good. So glad to hear it. Well, I don't really watch sports, but I do like to watch the World Series. So that's what I was saying about when they said that. I was like, what? Wait a minute now. The World Series with robot umpires. I don't know how that would go over with
Yeah.
the crowd.
Yeah, it's not gonna go over too well because, like I say, it's a such a big chunk of baseball, and I'm not really a baseball fan, but I
Mm-hmm,
do know the basics of the game.
mm-hmm.
And that umpire does so much. He really has control of the game because
Yeah,
he decides what's a fair ball and what's a strike and
right.
whatnot. So
Yeah.
they make all of the calls in the game of baseball.
Well, see what has happened down through the years, I think, especially recent years, is that I think some of the players have filed complaints on the umpires as far as being unfair, calling,
Mhm.
their performance, you know, unfair, or maybe some prejudices against them. So maybe they've gotten so many complaints that I guess they say they'll just take it robotic, take it automatic, make it automatic where, the robot should be more accurate than a human being.
Here's the thing about that. I think it's more the players of today doing more whining. Because
Mm,
let's look back at the whole history of baseball. It's always been umpires, and even though it was calls and whatnot they didn't agree with, that was all a part of the baseball game.
yeah, they just took it.
They just took it, right? So
Hmm.
I think it's more these baby athletes doing a whole lot of complaining. They want a whole lot of money, but they don't want a whole lot, you know what I mean, to do a whole lot of work,
Yeah, they
right?
just got
So at
got
this point, yeah,
they
because
pay the boss just because they make the most money.
absolutely.
Mm.
So if they've been asking for this, they're gonna regret it.
Yeah, because, you mean if they've been complaining and whining too much?
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
they've been complaining about the umpires, this, that, and the other, and owners and everything. They take that with a grain of salt because, like I say, the game of baseball has been around way longer than these athletes right here,
Yeah.
uh, and they still found a way to win, even if they did think the umpire was making, wrong decisions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They played to the best of their ability.
That's what it's talking about. Well, it'll be interesting to see. We
Yeah,
will follow it, y'all, and we will keep y'all posted. All right.
yeah.
All right. We're going to take a short break, and we're going to be back. I'll see what we're going to come up with next. We're going to talk about what's going on in the city. We got a lot of events going on here in Memphis, and I'm going to share a little bit about those events and my opinion, and ask questions about those events because I have some questions about. Well, I'm just going to talk about one. I got a question about it, and hopefully somebody can answer it for me. Probably you, Tim. All right.
Okay. All
So y'all
right.
don't go away. We'll be right back, y'all. Thank you. same thing. Your life insurance is very important these days. And I have to tell you, life insurance has changed a lot from back in the old days. Did you know that you can get rewards for being healthy, for living healthy and being healthy from your life insurance policy? Well, from your life insurance company, some of them. You can get rewards like get an Apple Watch for $25. Yeah. And Amazon Prime membership for a year. And a lot of other things. Not to mention a free will, a free trust made out for you, customized. So listen, make sure you jotted that number down and call it today. Free advice, no cost for a free consultation. And when is the last time you had your life insurance policy reviewed? And do you even know the name of your life insurance company? Are you paying too much for it? Those are questions that you need to ask yourself today because life insurance has changed. That number is 1-844-444-0102. All right. Y'all call today. All right, Tim. So listen,
Okay.
the Mid South Fair is Memphis history, right?
Yes.
Oh, God, when I was a little girl, and it always comes in the month of my birthday. For those
Mhm.
of you that don't know, my birthday was the 22nd of September, which was Monday this week. Yay. So happy
Yeah.
birthday to me. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
We were planning to have a birthday show tonight, but the co-hostess of the most simple requested couldn't be here. So we decided we just canceled that. I did have a blessed and happy birthday. So that's gone, and I'm into another year. But when I was a little girl, my mom used to ask me if I wanted a birthday party or did I want to go to the Mid South Fair. Guess what I always said? To the fair, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it was so great back then. So the Mid South Fair has always been in Memphis. But Tim, for the past, what, maybe 3, 4, maybe even 5 years, they have been putting the Mid South Fair in South Haven, Mississippi, at the Lander Center. Now, my question is this: why does the city of Memphis keep getting sucked in to being, to removing the city's identity? The Mid South Fair is part of Memphis's identity. So why do you want to take it to another state? Tim, what do you think about that?
I really don't. Well, if I do,
Still, I don't think nothing about that.
well, here's the thing. We have to blame it on the ones that's in the mayor office, other positions. Um, if, I don't like it. I don't think anybody else like it. The main things that people grew up on and what was positive revenue here, they take gotten rid of.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As well as you just said that you always went to the fair. I was brought up on the fair here, as well as my children being brought up on the fair here.
Exactly.
Right. So you have generations and generations and generations of legacy uh, for the city, and it seems like it's just turning into a ghost town.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that has to be put on the shoulders of these so-called leaders.
You're exactly right. And that's really stupid to me. You gotta take your city's identity. I can see you taking it to another part of the city, but to another state? That's really dumb. That is
Yeah, it
totally
is.
dumb.
Yeah, it is.
Meanwhile, you taking the money out of your city to another state.
Yeah,
Why would you do that?
yeah.
That's stupid. That is simple stupidity. And, I guess nobody. really thought about it. Maybe they thought about it
Well,
and never spoke out about it.
well, if we really look at it, it's not that complicated. If I had to say sum it up in one word, it would be greed. It's
Mm,
greed. Because we had certain males that didn't go for certain things, and the city was just fine. Not only was it fine, it was in this peak of it being Mr. Willie Harrington being one male that had the city at it was vibrant. Everybody
yes,
was thriving.
yes.
It wasn't a whole lot of underhand dealings going on.
Yeah, can you say that one again?
Yeah, yeah,
Woo.
yeah, a lot of underhand dealings that's going on now. And uh, whether you're spiritual or not, we all know that the love of money is the root of all evil.
Mm-hmm. And you're right. It's the love of
Yeah,
it. It's not
yeah,
the money. It's not the money. It's
not
the
the
love
money.
of it.
Hmm.
Hmm. Well, I just had to touch on that because
Yeah, good
I,
time.
I'm like, oh my goodness. There's so many things wrong. I mean, there's so many things that's wrong with this.
Right, because not only that, you have to give these children something to do, positive wise.
Hmm.
You keep taking away. You keep taking.
Yeah.
You know,
And
that,
everybody can't get to know South Haven,
that,
Mississippi.
and you really don't want to cross those state lines because you're going. A lot of people say they're profile when they come across those
They
state lines.
do. So, and I mean, and there'll be a lot of people just going down there to have
Right.
fun, and they're going to get tickets.
If if
They're
if
going to
not
get traffic tickets, if not
if not
worse.
if not more serious, and this is what a lot of people from Memphis don't know. The only reason I know is because I stayed in South Haven some years back. If you go faster than 5 miles over the regular speed limit, you are a they can take you to jail. You are
Mm,
considered a reckless driver.
mm-hmm,
And the only way I know this is because me and a coworker got stopped coming from a job. We was working graveyard shift,
mm-hmm,
and he was five, I think 7 or 8 miles over.
mm-hmm.
And the officer was saying that he would give him a break, he wouldn't take him to jail. And we thinking take you to jail for over speed limit. You know what I mean? Because Memphis is more relaxed and way more relaxed. So
Yeah,
you could
I don't drive across the Mississippi state line, and
right,
and it is a hindrance to me because the reason why I would love to go and where I would like to go is the Brown Baptist Church. I would love to be able to go to service,
yeah,
but I'm not driving down there because I'm a slow driver, and I understand that they'll ticket you down there if you're driving too slow.
yeah, yeah. They have some hefty tickets too.
Yeah, and I'm disabled. I'm old. I just had another birthday. I can't go through any stress like that.
Yeah,
You know?
I don't even cross those lines anymore.
No,
Mhm.
no. And Arkansas is getting the same way because they putting folks in the ditch with their cars, but they putting the right ones in the ditch. So I have to say that much. Or
Mm,
the ones that's running, and doing crime, they ditching them. I agree with that part because if you're running, you got a reason for running. Why are you running? If you
yeah,
didn't do anything, you know what I mean.
yeah.
So, but anyway, all right. So the next thing that I heard on the news was that they've been trying to oust the Shelby County clerk, Miss Wanda Halbert, for about 2 years now, it seems. So they say that she has not paid the rent on the building in Poplar Plaza, nor the one in wherever the other location is, Whitehaven or wherever. So now I guess they're gonna close that one. They already closed the one on Poplar Plaza, right? Or did
Yeah.
they open it back up? Or is it
Mm,
still closed? But I'm like, okay, wait a minute now. I had been standing up for this lady because
you
I
did.
listened to her side of the story and I listened to their side of the story. And previously, they didn't have that much evidence against her to me. But it seems like to me, she may have been correct when she was saying that the county was slow in, uh, pro- uh, producing the funds for her to do whatever it was she needed to do. And that still could be the case. But how can the Shelby County government not pay the rent on their buildings? That's my question. If you see you got a clerk, right, does not paying the rent on a building, because see, I don't think the bill comes directly to her, because I don't think the bill is in her name, Wanda Halbert, for the rent. I think the bill is in the name of the Shelby County government. So the bill comes directly to the office of the Shelby County government first, and then it should go down to her. So if you see that the bills are not paid, who's watching the watcher? Okay. Somebody
Well,
knew other than her in that government that
well,
the rent had not been paid. Go ahead,
well
Tim.
when you're dealing with shysters,
Mm,
and I think that's what she was dealing with. They want you out.
mm.
They'll put that under your job description, even though it's not under her job description, because they would tell her it's your job
Mm,
to check the checker,
mhm,
right?
mhm,
Like you say, they've been trying to get the slate out and get the slate out.
mhm,
Um, and then, like you said, that could have been an intentional thing
mhm.
to have that on her. You
Yeah,
know
for
what I
them to
mean?
put that on her.
To
Mhm,
put that on her.
mhm.
So yeah, I just did. I
Well,
just hate.
it doesn't really make sense, like you said, and you just said something very important. It really doesn't make sense now that you mention it, that it's her responsibility to pay the rent. I thought they had a financial department in the government that pays the bill. That's the way it is in the government, because I worked for the federal government for 13 years, and I worked in the procurement office. I was the procurement clerk. I bought everything. I was responsible for purchasing everything from a nail to a telegraph post for the defense depot. Okay. And we had a finance department that paid those bills. The bill didn't come to me, even though I was the only procurement clerk that and for the whole defense depot, right? So the building, it was not my responsibility to pay the bill. We had a finance department that paid those bills. So now that you mention it, Tim, I think you're right. I think you are correct that it was not her responsibility to pay the rent, because the Shelby County government is supposed to have a finance department that pays the bills. So who pays everything else that the
And what
government
a
buys?
better question is, why isn't everything else delinquent? Why just there?
You're right. Now you said the right thing there. So somebody is lying somewhere, because if the other bills, the rent on the other buildings that the Shelby County government rent is being paid, why aren't those two buildings being paid?
Hello.
You're absolutely right. So they do apparently and evidently have a finance department that's supposed to pay the rent. Huh? I
Yeah,
think we just said something there. Miss
yeah.
Halbert, Miss Halbert, we see what you've been going through.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody, you need to get you an attorney. Let me go up there and talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I'm gonna make them.
Right.
I'm gonna ask them questions right there. How
Yeah,
the rent on the other buildings y'all renting getting paid?
yeah.
Yeah. So, cause if you tell me that she is responsible for paying the rent on all of the buildings that the Shelby County government rents, why is she not paying those two buildings? Why? That
And
doesn't make sense.
then too, you have to look at it how it makes her look. See, a lot of people don't know that they have people that actually pay the bills, right? So if it
Mm-hmm.
comes, we put it out on the news and saying you didn't pay the bill while you was there.
Mm-hmm.
The people that don't know that don't know no difference. So they going along with the news. Well, it must be
Going
true.
along
They
with the
said
news.
it on the news. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So
You're
it's a
absolutely right.
bad look.
It's a bad look for the city again.
Hmm. Hmm.
Again.
Hmm.
Again. I get so sick of Memphis and Shelby County government looking stupid and not being accountable, because that's not accountability.
Hmm.
Because if all of the other buildings that y'all are renting and the rent is getting paid on those buildings, why just those two are not being paid? If it is Miss Wonda's Halbert's responsibility to pay the rent on all of the buildings that the Shelby County government is renting, then why is she not paying just those two buildings? That's the question that needs to be asked. And if I was her attorney, that is exactly what I would ask. And you know what? That's defamation of character. That would be a
Yeah.
defamation of character lawsuit.
I don't know if she retained a lawyer or not. Do you?
I don't know, and I don't think so. But that, I, if I was the advisor, I would tell her, look, we need to file a defamation of lawsuit just for this reason. Okay? Because
Yeah.
they don't put this out in public, publicize it all on the news. News travels all over the nation that she's not paying the rent to make her look like what? She embezzling money?
Yeah. And then
Defamation of character.
if when the lawyer looks at the whole picture of things, they have been doing this, like you said, the past 2 to 3 years about this woman, and they're
Mm-hmm.
putting it out on the news,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? Because that's how everybody found out that she's such an old bad lady. She don't know what she's doing and this, that, and the other. So
Mm-hmm.
I would have to agree with you. I think she got a very good case, and it doesn't take a rocket science to put that together.
Exactly. And meanwhile, they're letting Edmund Ford Jr. get away with embezzling money again.
Yeah, he playing ball. See, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they
See,
look, they don't have a problem with that.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
didn't down until the FBI came down here this
Yeah, 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 yeah,
went in the books.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. Everybody
See,
been sticking their hand in the cookie jar, but now don't nobody want to go in it.
uh-huh,
Yeah.
uh-huh. Well, okay, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we're gonna talk about the other big thing, the big elephant in the room.
Uh-oh.
National Guard on their
Uh-oh.
way. All right. Well, I'll tell y'all what. Y'all stick and stay. Don't y'all go away. We'll be right back. All right, now life insurance is important. Don't be the ones that be on the news talking about y'all. The family has set up a GoFundMe account or page to try to raise money to help with the final expenses of their loved ones. Don't be that person. Call 1-844-444 0102 today. Life insurance is cheaper than you think, and it's really cheap for young people. I know you got $10, $15 a month for the young people. Come on now. Y'all call that number, okay? All right, then. So, to the next big elephant in the room in the city, the National Guard is on the way. So, they still don't know what role they're going to play. They still don't know when, what day are they coming. So, they still are in the what is it? What do they call it? Like deer with the headlights.
Yeah,
Deer. It's the
yeah,
officials. The officials and the law
right.
enforcement are still like deer in the headlight, right?
Yeah,
hmm But the TV stations, all of a sudden, I've been noticing, are telling all positive stories about the city. They even had a hard of hearing young man on the news talking about his book that he wrote, and just different people and talking about different organizations, all the good they're doing, all the positive things they're doing. But where was those? What was those stories before the National Guard was coming? Those people wasn't even heard of. No, that story wasn't important enough. They pushed that back. But now they
yeah,
want to try to put all this good stuff on the news before they come. Too little, too late, y'all. You've been dogging your own city on the news. Now you got that evidence is there. That evidence is in living color of y'all doing all of these murders reports, carjacking reports, uh, robbery reports, snatch, smash and grab reports, car racing report. It's there. You provided the evidence for the FBI and for President Trump. So no point in changing it now. What do you say, Tim?
well, when you get down to the nitty gritty of it, it sends one message, but a huge message. You all not doing your job.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing your job, and you lost control of your city. So
Mm-hmm.
that means everybody in the sheriff department, Memphis department, mayor, the whole unit of all of them have not been doing your jobs. And let's be clear, the citizens are paying close attention to this because this is
Mm-hmm.
what the message means, you guys. They are not doing their job. But for the majority of you all, I know that you all agree with it because you all are sick of crime, just like we sick and tired of crime. But
Mm-hmm.
we will remember this when it comes back around to voting time.
Oh yeah.
See, all of that ring needs to be broke up. Get them out of here. They're
Mm-hmm.
just sitting there collecting checks. If you're too old and you've been in that office too long, get out. Let somebody
Mm-hmm.
else come in. Because
Yeah.
see, they've been greasing palms all these years
Mm-hmm.
and all this corruption. And you
Mm-hmm.
would think when Memphis had some bust going on years and years ago with the Ford family having to do time in the FBI busting them, they would have learned something, but they haven't.
Mm-hmm.
But what this boils down to is not just us thinking that the MPD and the sheriff department and everybody else are not doing their job. These are now facts because
Yeah.
now President Trump has stamped it, what you've been
Mm-hmm.
thinking all along, that they're not doing their jobs. He has stamped it, sealed it, and finna deliver it.
Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right. I mean, come on now. Uh, when you got two or three shootings every night, and we when I'll say they talking about 25 years ago, talking about the crime of slow. No, it's not. 25 years ago, two or three shootings a night was the kind of reports that we used to get about Chicago,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Chicago, Chi-Town was like that
Yeah,
25 years ago. So now here Memphis is sounding like Chicago, two or three shootings a night, you know, and
yeah,
not just one person, but two and three and four and five people getting shot. at a time. You know, it just doesn't make sense.
Now it
That
doesn't
you,
make sense.
yeah, you can. And wait a minute. What about the 345 cars that police officers have wrecked and torn up?
Yeah. Well, well. Here's the thing about it, and I think I spoke on it about the show a couple of maybe months back or what have you. What's happening is they're being forced to recruit children that are straight out of high school. You
Mm-hmm.
can't ask children to do grown up jobs. You just
Mm-hmm.
can't.
Mm-hmm.
The children that are graduating, they're taking it for the job opportunity and the pay. But let's be
Mm-hmm.
clear, Memphis is a dangerous city.
Yeah.
And when you have people that are in a position like they're workers that are young and don't have that much experience in life, they scared. And you
Yeah.
can't doubt them for being scared.
Mm-mm.
Memphis, once again, will not come up off the money to recruit how they need to recruit, whether it has to be in state or out of city or what have you. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, a lot of that is coming from them recruiting these children right out of high school.
Yeah, they had talking about now. They got some in the academy that's right out of high school,
Hmm.
and training, and then in 2 years or something's supposed to happen. They complete their training or certification or something, but it doesn't
Hmm.
make sense.
Hmm.
I mean, you're right, Tim. It's a child doing a grown person's job, you
Hmm.
know. Even to begin with, they don't even pay the officers here
They
in
don't.
Memphis enough
They
money.
don't.
They don't
Yeah.
even pay the corrections officers down at the jail enough
Well,
money.
yeah, but I can remember when I was down in the jail back, way back, right? When we got uh, laid off, when they laid off, I think it was like 600 or 700 of us.
Mm,
MPD was more than willing to take us. But
mm-hmm.
one of my reasons for turning it down is one, it didn't make as much money as we did, and two, it was so dangerous
Yeah.
because these criminals here will shoot back, and
Mm-hmm.
they do not mind doing whatever it is they got to do to keep from going to jail. So
Mm-hmm.
I just had to throw that in there because I turned them down years and years ago, and I look back like, oh, that was a wise decision to
Yeah, it
make.
was. It
Yeah,
definitely was. And I'm glad that you did. I
yeah,
think I probably had some input in that too.
yeah, more than likely, yeah,
Yeah. But it wasn't nearly as dangerous back then as it
it
is even
wasn't.
now.
It wasn't.
So you can see why nobody wants to be a police officer in Memphis.
Yeah,
Can you blame them?
no,
Can you blame them? No. And then if, like Tim says, if they take the job, they're really taking it from up for the opportunity because they need the money,
yeah.
but they're not gonna put it in the work.
Oh no, 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 no,
They're not gonna put it in the work.
no,
They like
no.
they gonna look the other way. They ain't finna chase nobody and get killed and shot at. And whatever excuse they come up with, they gonna put their life first.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so they're not gonna do the work. They're not gonna do the hard work. Policing is a very, very dangerous and hard job.
It is.
You know, you got to be a tough cop to be
Yeah,
able to handle the kind of crime that we do today. I mean, not we do, but when I say we, I'm talking about the people.
yeah.
These people do today. The
Right.
kind of crime they do today takes a tough cop.
It
And
does.
how do you get to be a tough cop? You got to have some experience up under your
Yeah.
belt.
Yes. A lot.
That's the first thing, right?
Hmm.
So hey, oh well, we got some problems in this city. That's pretty much all I can say about that. So we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna wrap the show up. Let y'all go early tonight because we know we got the football game going on. We got the Southern Heritage Classic going on, Tim.
Got
That's over
Olympics
there.
on TV and
Tim say the Olympics on TV, and it's not. It's my alma mater. Tim tonight. Guess what the game is? My alma
yeah,
mater and your alma mater.
Melrose.
Melrose and Hampton. They going in it tonight. So we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, me and Tim, we're gonna talk about who we think gonna win that game. All right.
I know, right?
Y'all will be back. Stick it so we're back, and to my right, to, to my right, I can't point right. To my right, I got a wildcat. And right here is a golden wildcat. All right. So both our alma mater, high school alma maters, are
Yeah.
going at it tonight. Now I haven't been keeping up with sports because I'm not a sports fan. But my son, this wildcat, the Hamilton wildcat guy there, he used to play football for Hamilton.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But I do know that down through the years, Golden Wildcats have played some good ball. So Tim,
Yeah.
tell the truth
Yeah.
now. Let's not be biased. Who you think gonna be win that game tonight?
You know what? I really couldn't tell you. I haven't kept up with that for years and years. However, I do know how huge the rivalries are. And this probably going back 50, 60 years. Um, that rivalry was the Southern Harris Classic of Memphis. That's
Mm-hmm.
how it was going to be a sellout stadium every year. It was going to be a whole lot of trash talking. There was going to be a lot of good football playing. Uh, yeah, man, that's a rivalry right there. I have no idea, but I'm sure you're rooting for your alma mater, and I'm rooting for my alma mater. So we don't know. We have to wait to see the news on who won.
Well, you're right, and everything you said, but I still got to be a little biased.
Yeah, of course.
Got to be a little biased here, and I am going to predict that those golden wildcats are gonna whop those hound wildcats because
Uh,
why?
all right,
We got the gold.
all
We
right.
got gold on our shoulders. We got gold on our chests. And now I'm finna outdo you. Cause see, I bet you don't even know y'all football team root song. But see, I was a cheerleader.
Yeah, you know.
I know I still know after all these years
uh,
the cheer song for the
yeah,
football team. And here we go. We are the Golden Wildcats, GOLD, and we're here for victory. VICTORY. We can run and catch a football, and we take a very hard. If you doubt our ability, just kindly watch the score. Yay! I'm going to Wildcats. That's the
yeah.
fun show tonight. We just sang the victory song for the Golden Wildcats. So
All
don't let
right,
us down.
all
Look,
right,
we'll see you guys next week. We love you. Thank you, 181, for joining us. I'm leaving that on the screen.
all right.
Good night, everybody. We love
Good
you all.
night.